I got Katie coming along to meet us here in a minute. Um, let you guys get a minute to catch up, and we'll hang out here in Venice. Seems like a really nice, quiet area, and we're just hanging out, enjoying life. Full moon. See how many of you guys can check in. Katie should be coming to meet me up in a minute. Just been trying to get out of Fort Myers. Fort Myers is pretty much Fort Misery right now. So we've been trying to get out of Fort Myers as much as possible because Fort Myers is literally Fort Misery right now. Let me preserve a parking spot for Katie. She'll be coming in a minute. Let me just save a parking spot because I've had two cars already. There she is. Come here, ticket. There she goes. There's Katie preserving her parking spot. Jose, I learned a lesson. I'm going to be mature. I hope you are because I'm not going to put up with any more garbage, bro. Not from you or from anybody. I am tired of watching Katie trying to parallel park. This is worth watching right here. Back it up. Come on, women. Come on. Watching Katie parallel park. This is just, what is she doing, man? Come on, Katie. Watching Katie trying to parallel park. This is hilarious. Yeah, Alex, I'm not gonna put up with it anymore. I hope you get your crap together because I'm not only you but anybody. I'm done with people kind of messing up the live streams. I just come on, Katie, bro. Come on, bro. Really, Katie? Come on. Come on. Katie. Look at Katie trying to parallel park, bro. How did she even get a license? How did Katie get a driver's license, bro? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to buy her a Hummer. Look at this. Oh my god, can you guys believe I got Katie in a brand new car and shit? Look how she drives. And I got her in a brand new car, bro. Oh my gosh. Come on, Katie. What up, Eric? Look at Katie trying to parallel park a vehicle. Unbelievable. That's a 50-point turn right there. What up, Eric? What up, everybody? And I felt like Katie made a 58-point turn to parallel park in downtown Venice here. Let me get the stabilizer out. Katie, and she still ain't parked right. Katie, you still aren't parked right. You know that, right?
I'm not.
No, you're not. You're still... Where's the stabilizer? Here's the stabilizer. You're still not parked right. You're still all discombobulated.
Not out of my own.
Look, you got 4 parking spots behind you. Just straighten it up. Back up and straighten it up. Oh, snap. They got the Buntley. All right. Just like Naples. Katie's on her 58th point here. She still hasn't figured this out. Come on, Katie. There. Come on. I got to get her a Hummer. I'm not even kidding, bro. Like, I cannot have Katie in this new Toyota the way she drives. Unbelievable. Look how much space you got. Hey, don't look at me. Look at the road. Okay, finally, Katie. Let me put this on stabilizer real quick, y'all. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. We're back. I'm just trying to clean the lens for you guys and get it on the stabilizer. Let me see here. Why is there still a glare? Hold on, y'all. Let me get this straightened out for you guys. There's still a glare, but it's not too bad. Okay, Katie. Sit out by a bench or something. Give me a second, y'all. Hey, dude, like, turn off the car and hang out by a bench or something. A Hummer. She will never park the Hummer. And she can't park the Toyota. Yeah, but at least when she rams into stuff, it won't be a problem for me. My problem with her driving is that eventually she's going to crash into stuff. And then it's a very fancy car. Like, I got to get her, like, a Hummer with a bumper guard. So when she crashes into stuff, at least it doesn't ruin my vehicle, you know? Because that's really the problem we're going to have with Katie and her driving. I mean, she did a 58-point turn to get in this parking spot. Poor girl needs a real man. How about this? Hide this user from the channel. I'm not going to put up with any more garbage from anybody. I'm done. If anybody acts up, you're done. I'm going to block you from the channel. I have no patience for stupidity anymore. Hang on a bench, baby. Make sure you lock the car. Just hang out on the bench and get some fresh air. It's a good 58-point turn there. Anyways, just hang out, take a bench, and relax. So, what are you guys up to? We've been trying to. I'm gonna. Okay, now we got some 35 people. Let's start the conversation. I can be your heavy Jose. So, right now, guys, Fort Myers is Fort Misery. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Waffle House ain't got waffles, ain't got coffee. I mean, we went to the Waffle House today, and not only did they not have anything, but they wanted to charge you the regular price. Like I went to the Waffle House this morning, and I wanted to have breakfast. So I go to the Waffle House, and they don't have waffles. They don't have like 20 other things, right? So when I go order my waffles, they're like, "Oh, we don't have waffles." So like, you order like an all-star breakfast. It's got like 4 or 5 different things. So they're trying to charge you the same price, even though there's no waffles in the middle. So I was like, can you substitute it with something else? And they're like, oh, no, we can't substitute it. You got to pay the full price. So I just got up and walked out. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I hate to say this, but Fort Myers right now is Fort Misery. There's nothing. The Cracker Barrel didn't have a full menu. The Starbucks don't have a full menu. The Cracker Barrel doesn't have a full menu. Like, it's really Fort Misery right now. Give me a second. I'm going to turn off my notifications on the Facebook. Notifications coming through. You guys are close to 70,000 subs. I know. I wanted to throw a big party when I hit 66,000 because it's basically 2/3 of the way to 100,000. Huge accomplishment. But, unfortunately, we ran through subscribers so fast with the hurricane that we couldn't get through. I have a Facebook, but I don't add anybody that I don't know. And even the people that I do know, I delete them. My Facebook has like 40 people, and that's all I want. Well, anyways, bro, Fort Myers is literally Fort Misery. Like, the Waffle House didn't have anything, and they were still trying to charge you full price for the all-star breakfast, even though, and they wouldn't substitute it with anything else. I lived in Fort Myers, Naples, and Alabama for my whole driving time. I've never had to parallel park. Okay, Katie. You've been driving for 14 years. You don't know how to parallel park. Interesting.
Jose.
So, anyways, guys. We're at the point now where, Fort Myers is... I'm afraid... I thought by now restaurants would have full menus. They still don't have full menus. After, 2020, the world changed a lot. And I think a little bit of the 2020 is part of the reason why right now we're struggling a whole lot with this situation with the hurricane, because people got used to not working. They got used to not giving a crap. So now what should have been a really speedy... I think the city of Fort Myers... I'm going to make a video on this, by the way. Please believe I'm making a video about this. There's no doubt about it. I'm definitely making a video about this. Fort Myers has really, really failed all of us. There's a huge... I don't know if it's the city of Fort Myers. I don't know if it's the city of Fort Myers. I don't know if it's... Something ain't right, because the recovery... literally, Colonial still doesn't have power. 41 doesn't have power. How the crap does US 41 and Fort Myers not have power? When you literally look at... Yeah, barefoot. I noticed that too. I almost said something. Let me just shut up. But yeah, barefoot. But the city of Fort Myers is at the point where it's embarrassing. I don't know if does anybody know if they've got power back on 41 in Fort Myers? It's pathetic that so far into this, there still isn't anything in Fort Myers. This is embarrassing. There's really... And, small businesses are running, okay? It's all on the corporate end. It's all on the corporate end, because I go to small Mexican restaurants and they have a full menu. I just ate at a French restaurant. What up, Jay-Z? JC. I just ate at a French restaurant. They had a full menu. Just about every independent restaurant has a full menu already. But all the corporate stuff, none of it's working. None of it's functioning the way it should. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, people? When all of the small restaurants and a lot of I was just driving down Palm Beach Boulevard today, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know it's a Sunday, but still nothing's opened up along Palm Beach Boulevard. Like I think I don't know what percentage of businesses are gonna fail, but this is looking bad. Bad. The amount of businesses that haven't reopened is concerning to me. Like there's too many businesses that haven't reopened. I think the situation is concerning in Fort Myers. Like I am starting to realize that either organizationally something ain't right. You know, like they've made a big deal out of Fort Myers Beach, but the city of Fort Myers is abandoned. And I'm really starting to feel that the reasons why it's happening, it's embarrassing. I don't know what the deal is, but the city of Fort Myers doesn't really get along too well with all the other entities of government that are in Florida right now. So it seems like they're catering to their their fan base, and they're leaving a lot of areas out. Like the situation in Fort Myers is pathetic. I kid you not, it's pathetic. And I don't know if I want to stay in the area because it's not what happened. Like there's areas where a lot more happened, and they're making things move. It's almost like they're purposely. I don't know what's going on. Are you moving to Venice? We're spending a lot of time in Venice and scoping it out. I'm moving out of Fort Myers area. Most likely moving out of the Fort Myers. Probably, no, almost certainly moving out of the Fort Myers area. We were going to stay in the Fort Myers area, but this hurricane has really made me rethink Fort Myers. The things that I've always told you guys, too. Everything that I've ever said about Fort Myers and Lehigh, how it's incommunicated, the infrastructure's slow, there's no investment. Oh boy, is it magnified now. Fort Misery, they're stealing out of Fort Myers. They're slinging out of Fort Myers, eh? Fort Myers is not the best place in Florida. My mother lived there, and I moved up here. The culture shock on her, only problem. Yeah, culture shock for sure. So sad about Fort Myers, bro. It's pathetic, bro. Like people, like this is Venice right here, okay? Like the areas just off of Venice got beat the crap up, you know? I just feel like for some reason, I'm looking around Fort Myers now. I'm like, yo, why hasn't like it's like this? And I told you guys like I before the hurricane, I told you guys it's not the devastation of all a lot of areas have devastation. It's how fast they're bouncing back. Like I'm in Charlotte County, and you see all these work crews. Like there's things getting done, but they don't give a crap about Fort Myers. You know, I don't know if it's on a state level. I don't know what the crap is going on, but Fort Myers has just been left to its own devices. You know, I'm not going to tell you what I suspect the problem is with the city of Fort Myers, because we stay off those topics on our channel, but it's very obvious that something's wrong. And that, bro, Charlotte got hit worse and they're getting things going again. Like, traffic unbearable. Naples is having the same problem with traffic, by the way. We were stuck. Hold on, we got music coming by. Hold on, y'all. Traffic has been unbearable. Hey, thank you. All right, man. Truck waved at us. I guess they know who we are. So they waved. That's pretty cool. I feel disappointed. Like, I really do. Like, it's not so much the damage that we faced, but the fact that it doesn't seem like it's bouncing back. Like, Fort Myers, Naples, boom, they're on it. Charlotte County, boom, they're on it. I'm looking at Fort Myers like, what the crap? Nothing's happening here. And yeah, we did get hit worse than all the other areas in a lot of senses. Bye, Jose. I'm going to go now. All right, peace out, bro. So many lives affected. More than we know. Keep in mind that the number of missing is in the thousands. So it's a frustrating situation. And I feel like... Oh, we got music. Hold on, y'all. Music. I have been saying that for a long time. Infrastructure is the word. There's no infrastructure, and then there's no effort to put in the infrastructure. I've been saying this for a while. So now Fort Myers Exactly the nightmare that I've been telling you guys. How long have I been saying Fort Myers needs more infrastructure? Fort Myers needs to do something about infrastructure. Here we are now. No power on Colonial, no power on 41. Are you kidding me, bro? That's embarrassing. Like, that is not acceptable. You know, Naples has more money. That's why they take care of it. Yeah, but Port Charlotte doesn't have as much money. Yeah, we got power, but we still don't. I just barely got internet. I was finally able to get internet last night. They will rebuild, I'm sure. I missed that Dairy Queen. Yeah, it's been difficult. But I feel like now that I'm seeing how things are actually moving, it's going to take a lot longer than I thought. No, I don't know where the money goes. But I feel like there's definitely. And again, I can't really pin down where the problem is. I haven't been able to pin down where the problem is, but something ain't right. Our apartment is small, uncomfortable, and we're sick and tired of dealing with it. Like, we need to get a bigger apartment. So we've been looking for an apartment. Just waiting for things to happen, basically. I don't know, people lost everything. Punta Gorda is going to come back very well. Yeah, look at Punta Gorda. And they got hit by Charlie, directly by Charlie. So they did it already again, and they're doing it one more time again. Like, they're figuring it out, you know. We got our fair share up here in government money. My profile picture is of the Fort Myers Beach. Ah, cool, man. Venice looks nice. Venice is, the time that I've spent here, I like it. Very chill, very kind of quiet. This is a very chill city, very quiet, very elegant. Moved to Citrus County. The problem with Citrus County is that I've realized the type of place that I need has to be a little bit more urban, a little bit more action, more mobility. And it seems that Citrus County is just now getting its first Starbucks. And I know that sounds kind of stupid. I know you're probably scratching your head like, oh, that sounds stupid, Jose. But it's a true thing. Like, you need those, I call them amenities. You know, Starbucks. I call them amenities. You know what I mean? You got to have it. Will you move to a different part of Florida? We're going to have to. We're spending some time here in Venice, getting a feel for this area. We're looking at Lakewood Ranch. I got to be in an area that's hip, popping, growing. I can't end up in a Ocala or, I got to end up somewhere that's popping. Like, it has to be a Naples, a Sarasota. You know what I mean? Like, I can't end up in some random crappy place. You know, I have to end up somewhere that is significant and meaningful and growing. I can't end up in some random crappy town. Not because of what I want, but because I know what my YouTube channel requires. I gotta be in a place where there's vibes, where I can live stream. I don't think I can live stream from Citrus County. Where am I gonna live stream from Citrus County? You can't end up in Gifford, Florida. Yeah, exactly, bro. Not to take a punch at Gifford, but okay. Fort Myers will rebuild and strong again. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right, but it's not what I'm seeing right now. You know, it's not what I'm looking at with Fort Myers. Yeah, I have to live in a place where I can live stream. Like, I have to live in a place like a St. Pete, a Fort Lauderdale, like a place that's like popping and hip. I can't end up in a Citrus County. Where am I going to live stream from Citrus County? When I drive down the Boulevard twice live streaming, somebody's going to throw a beer can at me and it's going to be a problem. You know, like, I can't really be in a place like that. I would do Broward County. We've looked into Broward. It's just, it's a process. So this is the back street here. It's pretty, but it doesn't have as much activity. It's kind of more quiet, more, Hollywood, Florida, Plantation. Yeah, we've looked into those type of places. Oakland Park, Sunrise. We got to be in a hip place. I can't be in a dead place. Fort Myers was great because Fort Myers has hoods, has a downtown, has beaches, and all of it is safe. But I'm realizing I had ideas to live stream from Fort, no, ain't no Pompano, bro. And keep in mind, like Florida is territorial by city, so like if I'm from the 239, I can go anywhere in the 239. I'm good. But if I'm from like Fort Myers, I can't go to like let's say like there's a little bit of territorial thing with the cities in Florida. Like in Florida, you don't really have like gangs and stuff. You have like cities. So like if you're from one side of Florida and you go to the other side of Florida, like the Panhandle, for example, like there's a little bit of tension. So I have to stay within an area where like you know what I mean? Like where if I'm oh for Fort Myers, oh you're good to go. You know, it's strange that it's like that in Florida, but that's how it is here. But Fort Myers genuinely was safe. Genuinely was working. It was good. But now like I can't live stream from downtown because it's flooded. And now that I was doing live streams late at night from downtown, that's not an option. And a huge, I mean, you guys see how much I get from my live streams, so that's like a weekly, like a week's work is live streaming of the whole month. The whole month, about 1 week's worth of income comes from live streaming. So the beaches are gone, downtown's gone. I sure as crap aren't gonna live stream from the neighborhoods. That's never a good idea. So it's like, what the crap now? Like what do I do? That's why we've been kind of jumping over here to Venice every once in a while because I still got to keep the channel going, but it's gonna be hard to keep it going from Fort Myers where you can't even get a waffle right now. So it's a little bit of frustration, but hey, we make the best out of every situation. You know what I mean? Like Katie and I have not let anything break us down. Don't buy any places in Florida that's not at least 15 feet elevation. Right, but think about yeah. I know all that, bro. I know all that. I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm gonna rent. I want to retire new on the water. Renting makes a lot of sense in Florida. Now it's where a lot of the things that I've been telling you guys on this channel, you're starting to see the whys now. California. So where we're at now is we're gonna have to travel to other parts like to get signal and be able to live stream. Time to travel, all the destruction is getting depressing. I think Love the Scape, you're definitely onto something. I agree. But if you pay attention, I'm still dropping videos of nice areas. The viewership, unfortunately, I'll tell you the truth. Love the Cape. I agree with you, but the viewership is still there. Like I just dropped a video today in Fort Myers Shores, and it's already at 13,000 views in the first day. That's a lot. I've never had a video do that like in the last. I mean, other than the hurricane. So I still have to keep moving with the hurricane footage. But Love the Cape. If you notice when you see me upload a video, and it's got the 2 palm trees on the side, that lets you know it's a nice area. And almost every single day, I'm making sure that at least once a day, I upload a video that shows good areas, not just all destruction. So while 60 to 80% of what I'm uploading right now is destruction, it's not the only thing that I'm uploading. Do people ever get mad at you for filming? Patrick, not only do they get mad at me for filming, there's times where I wonder if I'm going to survive. Right now, with the hurricane destruction, like when I went to Fort Myers, not Fort Myers Beach, but Bonita Springs, I had one dude that was like furious. I mean, this dude was like F. And it was I didn't upload it because it wasn't worth uploading, of course. He's already angry. And then I had a lady, I was recording vehicles there was like an empty parking lot. And there's like 100 vehicles. Like, I'm talking like Mercedes Benzes and Hummers and stuff. And, like Ferraris, like, Naples type cars. And I was recording these cars. And this lady came at me. And she was like, you can't record this. And I was like, hey, lady. And I was on a sidewalk. Because it was like kind of like right here. Where like, I'm on the sidewalk. And here's this parking lot, right? So imagine this whole parking lot is nothing but like Ferraris and stuff that all got flooded, right? So I'm doing like that, recording it, and she's like, you can't be here, and she started running at me with like a pipe in her hand, It was like from a lady from a tow company, right? It was a woman that was running a tow truck. You can't record this. And I could have been like, you know what? I'm on a sidewalk that's public, so I can't record it from the sidewalk without trespassing. But I was like, you know what, dude? It's not worth it. Is it really worth it? I was like, it's not worth it. So I walked away. I was like, this ain't worth it. This is not. Yeah, it wasn't worth it. You know, like you have to be very careful. A lot of people see you recording, and they don't understand that it's not a bad thing for their neighborhood right about now. You know, like they don't understand that there's people waiting for these videos because they own properties or whatever. So it has been. I've done hood videos. I've done a lot of dangerous. I've done Detroit videos, Baltimore, St. Louis, New Orleans, Birmingham, Montgomery. But right now, when you go record videos in damaged areas in Southwest Florida, you got people that lost everything, so they're not gonna be very. They're not level-headed right now. I almost got into last night, I got into an altercation with some people, and it got really nasty. I'm not gonna tell you guys the specific details, but I was doing something that I always do, but the people just weren't up for it, and I ended up with an altercation that could have got really nasty. And it was just the most. So right now, yeah, it is absolutely dangerous. Like it's more dangerous to record in some of these residential neighborhoods right now, like Bonita Springs. People were furious, absolutely furious people. I mean, like you're talking people that chase you down the street with it in their hand, cursing you out, telling you get the crap out of my street. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got people that are on their absolute last nerve. You know what I mean? So it's been very, very difficult and scary to record, but we're gonna keep going with it. Some people don't understand what you're doing. You know what I mean? And they really they don't understand what you're doing, and they're very, very angry, like scary angry. Okay, so this building right here is for rent, but they sustain a lot of damages, so I don't know what's gonna happen. People are out their wits and be very careful. Yeah, I can't get the details of what happened to me, but I had an absolutely crazy situation unfold yesterday. Late at night, bad situation unfold. Like I really was expecting the police to come out, and they didn't come out. But I was almost sure they were gonna come out, and I was like, man, I feel so stupid because I don't even want to talk about it. But nobody's perfect. We all kind of make mistakes, and just people are at their wits end. So you just have to be careful. There's an Argentinian restaurant over here. I'll show you guys real quick. A lot of Californians move to Texas. I mean, I can understand people are angry. Like, and keep in mind, like in Southwest Florida, some people here, their house and their car and their belongings, that's all they have. People here are very materialistic, and it means a lot to them. So it's not like in other places. It's just you have to watch people when they have nothing to lose. Exactly. When people feel like they have nothing to lose, they'll do anything. You know that, and right now there's a lot of I have nothing to lose people out there. You know, they work their whole lives to have whatever they have, and now they lose it. So now you come around filming, and they might just freaking snap on you. You know. Yeah. So please, I'm getting out of Fort Myers. Like I said, I saw myself in a situation yesterday that I'm very embarrassed that I was in this situation. It was like there were some people that knew me, and it got like I don't know who they are. Like they know who I am, and you know they were just not in their right head, and they went from friendly to aggressive, like in a heartbeat. And I don't really react too well to violence sometimes. I'm not proud of how I handled it either, but I feel like I really feel like I at least I left. You know what I mean? At least I left it, and you know what I mean. Didn't engage it. People were out there wits end, and you know we try to all I can say is just it's like really, and you know what? This is a Saturday night. Like I should have known not to be out on a Saturday night. You know what I mean? Like I think there's even a curfew. So you know what I mean? Two wrongs don't make a right. It just goes on and on and on. Basketball players, violence is never the answer. So that's what AT&T did to Cali people. Trained the Texas peeps, laid us off. Do not be a bully. Do not be a bully. Be a bully. Be a buddy. Well, the thing is, like somebody tried to bully me, and I just it's not even working. So. People are at their wits' end right now. Okay, especially in Southwest Florida, it's a very materialistic place. People's houses and cars. That's all they have. They don't have family. They don't have friends. They have a couch. They have a TV. And I know that sounds sad, but it's unfortunately, I'm a real person. I'm going to tell you how it is. People here don't care about their families. They don't have families. They don't have real friends. They have a couch. They have a TV. And they have a car. So when they lose some of those things or all those things, now they're the person who they are is a very empty person because all they've worked for is material. So now they see themselves without those material things, and yeah, people are super nasty and aggressive. That's not true. Maybe not for you, but I see it every day. I see people who not everybody's like that. Obviously, of course, not everybody's like that. You know, maybe the people you meet. Well, I'll be honest with you, SR1. I'm not really, and I've said this on my channel. Through YouTube, I've met some beautiful people and good-hearted people, but that's not the people that I have around me. Okay. In fact, if you remember, I moved to Alabama because I didn't like the way. Like, I don't know if it's everybody and everywhere that sucks this bad. Southeast Florida is also very materialistic. Yeah, Andre, I agree. But materialism is very important to a lot of people. And, like, I've already gone through the notion of losing a lot. So I understand. It took me a while to figure this out. This isn't something, but when I moved back from Alabama and I didn't lose my house, but I had to sell it. I was forced to do things I didn't want to. I realized that, okay, now who I am as a person cannot be determined by the material things I have. And I'm around a lot of people who they feel like that I care more about my material things than the person I am. But to be honest, I'm not like that. But there are people that are like that. There's no doubt about it. There's definitely a lot of people out there who their material possessions are a massive percentage of who they are as a person. So each one of us, I think we just got to think very carefully on investing into ourselves because, you can invest. Well, we got him. We got him. Let's get him. Let's get him. Reports unwanted. We got him. Jose is not shallow. We got him. Message deleted by Miguel. Miguel is on top of his game, bro. He went out it quick. Bots, yep. Maybe they think you are making money off their tragedy. I would rather be on a beach. I would rather be traveling. But so what if I'm making money off their tragedy? You think the insurance company doesn't make money off tragedy? You got to pay them either way. You think car companies don't make money off tragedy? You think when you go to buy a house, your realtor doesn't make money off a tragedy? Everything makes money off a tragedy. What's the point? You know what the point is? That you get screwed by insurance companies. You get screwed by by car dealerships. By everything you buy, from your Apple phone to your car, you're getting screwed by every last one of those transactions. But you don't actually see a face. You don't see a face to that business. But you do see my face. Your logic escapes me. Red, we I just think I think on a different wavelength than a lot of people. And I like it when you offer me a different point of view because I am open-minded. And my logic changes throughout time. I've changed my thinking. All what I think today may not be what I think tomorrow. Sometimes someone dies at the funeral home, makes money, can't blame them. Exactly. Exactly. At least I don't feel like what I do is dirty work. I feel like what I do is very honest work. You know? Your funeral home's like a car lot? Yep. Oye, después del ciclón bajaron los precios de Southwest Florida. Puedes comprar barato de México. Okay, so... we got music. Okay, so home prices after the hurricane. A very valid question. If you hear me mute the channel, it means there's cars playing music, and I'm trying to avoid a copyright strike. Very valid question. Is it okay if I answer that in Spanish, in English? I'll say, Jose Bello, está bien si te contesto en inglés, because most of us are speaking English right now. So I so want a golf cart. I agree. More cheaper when my death comes. You guys angry? Talking about angry people. This guy's angry. He's just like trying to fight with cars. All right, guys. Valid question. Home prices after the hurricane. You buy a home because you need it. So if you need to buy a home, it doesn't matter if it costs $8 or if it costs $12. You need to buy a home. So when somebody tells me, oh, our home price is going to go up or down after the hurricane, why does it matter? You buy a home if you need a home. You got to live somewhere. I mean, you pay what it's worth. Am I right or wrong? Me, when I go to buy a house, am I going to say, oh, no, I'm going to wait now? Because if you need to buy a house, you buy a house. Why is this truck making this noise? Weird. Oh, it's got like a generator or something. Okay. If you need to buy a house, you buy a house. I don't really understand, our price is too high, then don't buy it. If you can afford, buy it. If you can't, you can't. Like, I don't want a house right now. And I'm glad. After seeing this hurricane, I am glad that I don't have a house right now. Because I've seen this hurricane, the only thing it's telling me is I'm glad I didn't buy a house. The question is, will the insurance companies insure them? But back to the same thing. The rich are going to get richer and the poor are going to get poor. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a poor person going to a bank asking for money, it's going to get more difficult than ever. And if you're a rich person and you have cash money, you're going to get a better deal than ever. Because the rich are going to get richer and the poor are going to get poor. That's how that works. I'm going to sit down right here. It just depends who you are. Are you a big bank? The rich are going to get richer, the poor are going to get poor. Walton Boys is in the house. Shout outs to South Carolina. Lots of people from South Carolina came to work. Too many expenses with home ownership. When renting, you can... Exactly. Home ownership has become a hassle. I was a little concerned and actually disgruntled that I wasn't able to buy a home. And now I see this situation. I'm like, maybe it is better that I rent. Times are difficult. Whoop, whoop. Yep. A lot of people from South Carolina hopped on over here. Jose, your viewers are finally realizing who you are. Making fun of tragedy, laughing on your videos, etc. What are you talking about, bro? Look, Davey, I am going to delete your comment. I'm actually going to hide you from the channel. I'm not going to put up with any more garbage from anybody. Okay? You're hidden from the channel. That's permanent. That means you can watch the channel, but we're not going to watch you. I'm not going to put up with any more garbage from anybody. When somebody makes a stupid comment like that, you're done. Rod says, it's a matter of rich or poor. It's how you live. Credit means a lot. Red, you're absolutely right. But keep in mind that rich people don't, really wealthy people don't need credit. Poor people need credit more than they do. Do you think it's too risky to live west of 41 Naples due to the storm surge? If you can afford it, what's the problem? I mean, first of all, if you can afford to live, rest in peace, Dave. I'm not playing any more games with anybody. I don't care how long you've been on our channel. I don't care who you are. If you get out of line, you're done. I'm tired of putting up with stupidity in this channel. We're here to have intellectual conversations, and that includes our good subscribers who one day get drunk, and I don't care. You're out there being the best person you can every day. Mike, you're right. You try to be the best person you can every day, but even good people have bad days. Even good people can have very bad days. I have days where I have to ask myself, is this really who I am? You know, like, because you get tired of being a good person. Does anybody ever feel tired of being the good person? Does anybody ever feel like you just feel like tired of being the good person? You feel like it's almost in vain that you're the good person. What is rich to you? Red, that's a great question. To me, the difference between poor and rich, poor to me means that you have to go work every single day to pay your bills, to live paycheck by paycheck. And if you don't go to work, you're going to lose out. Rich means you're not worried about making a paycheck. Your money is already making you money. Like, if your money is already making you money, you don't have to go out there and work. I think you're rich. And so I don't put a specific number on that. To me, a rich person is somebody who their money is making money for them. Their assets and their net worth is working for them, so they don't have to go work 9 to 5. You can be rich with a $40,000 salary. Crap, you can be rich with a $30,000 salary if your house is paid off, or if you're just in a situation where you don't have to go get it every day. If you decide you don't want to go to work tomorrow and you don't have to go to work, you're rich. To me, being rich means if I want to go to work, I go to work. Like you have the remote controls in your hand to do whatever you want. Like, to me, the difference between poor and rich is just that. And I know that's a very bland explanation, but to me, that's the difference between rich and poor. Like, you can be rich and not have a whole lot. To me, poor means you have to go work. You're enslaved. You're tied. You know what I mean? You cannot. Tomorrow is Monday. I bought my first house for cash when I was 22 years old. Red, I bought my first house cash when I was 26. But it was in a bad neighborhood. It was a bad investment. And I threw more money at it than it was worth. Then I bought another house cash when I was 29, 30, I think, something like that. And then I stepped away from real estate and I said, okay, real estate's not really because my net worth hadn't grown in so many years that I realized, okay, owning real estate that's affordable, owning real estate that's affordable wasn't growing my net worth at all. So I realized that I had to get out of real estate because my net worth was stagnant. I don't know if that makes any sense. Because, you know, like I said, like if you have $100,000, you're not going to get any real estate that's going to, you know, like, I think right now you got to be over the $250,000 mark for your real estate to appreciate to the point where it's making you money. So, like, if you only have $140,000 cash, what are you going to buy? A mobile home that you know what I mean? Like, it's never going to appreciate. Now, if you got $250,000, you can buy for sure real estate that's going to appreciate. In other words, the cheap, easy pickings at the bottom of the price market, there was a time when the bottom made more money than the top, but now it's not that time. Now the time is where, you know, if you have $4 million, you can buy a house for $4 million, and you might sell for 4.8. You made $800,000. You know, more money attracts money, but you know, small sums of money don't really have a competitive edge in real estate. Because in order to be successful in real estate, you have to have a competitive edge. And to have that competitive edge, you got to have the bigger net worth. For example, people that buy an entire apartment complex, their return is going to be better than somebody who buys a single one mobile home because that's all they can afford. And in that sense, there's a lot of real estate offices here. Like half of these buildings are real estate offices. Jose, do you have a Telegram? I have no idea what the crap is, what a Telegram is. But when I look at real estate now, I don't see real estate as something that I need to have right now because it's become so competitive. Like, how can I, with $120,000, compete with somebody that's got $1 million? The person that's got $1 million is always going to get a better deal than me. So, when you're competing in real estate, you got to have a bigger net worth. Patrick says, I don't see America progressing in the next 20 years. I think the gap between the rich and the poor just gets wider. Well, there is no gap between the rich and the poor. There's either rich or poor. There's no middle class anymore. You are either living it or you ain't. There's no more middle class. You're either rich or you're poor right now in America. And the difference between rich and poor, the rich guy doesn't have to wake up tomorrow at 6 a.m. The poor guy does. And if the poor guy doesn't wake up at 6 a.m., he's losing everything he's got. Jose, were you killing it with your hurricane coverage? Yes, I've been doing good, man. It's been good coverage, good money. I could actually make more money working junk removal right now, but there's something called royalty. I would rather make $100 for YouTube than $200 cash because there's something called royalty, and then there's something called growth. I'm really focusing all my efforts on the YouTube for it to be successful. So I can't really get sidetracked now with some other business endeavor that might make me money now but won't be making me money 2 years from now. So the YouTube is something that I can pick up and go. I think lately I've been looking for things like make sure you hit the like button, by the way, because we got almost 100 people watching but only 48 likes. That's crap. Hit the like button. Most wealthy people did not make their own money. They inherited it. Well, I feel like what rich people inherit isn't exactly the money. It's the mindset of the money. What's up, Jose? I'm going to go to a Brazilian favela. Oh, tá bom, mas gente do Brasil. I did. We inherited a little bit. But what's weird about what we inherited is it really hasn't snowballed. Okay, I did double the inheritance we got. So I can't remember how much Kitty inherited. It might have been like $80,000. And at one point we got up to, we'll get him. Reports, unwanted. I got him. Who got him? We got him. All right, so what rich people inherit isn't the money. It's the understanding of the money. Because poor people get money all the time. Do you guys realize poor people get a lot of money? Okay. That's what we call go digging right there, Red. I would watch out for that. We got him quick, though. Katie got him. I think poor people get a lot of money, but we don't know what to do with it. And let me tell you, I know the mentality of rich people, and I know the mentality of poor people. And in the last month, I have decided that I'm done with being poor. And when I say I'm done with being poor, I mean I'm selling my truck, I'm selling the rims, I'm selling the ATV. I don't care about how I look. There's a real difference between, because poor people like to look rich. Poor people like to play rich. You can look like you're rich. There's a lot of, you can play that game all day long. You can play the I think I'm rich game all day long. But, there's a lot of games that can be played with money. And what people that have money really inherit, it's not what they inherit as far as like a number. It's more of what they inherit as of understanding what you're supposed to do with money. I don't know if it's the responsibility. For example, I've played with the money that we Katie's inherited. What happened? Oh yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, but most of these people don't know how to read like that, my man. Hey, but my lawyer will take care of them though. Thank you, sir. He stops for a pedestrian. People make me happy. Some people make me happy. A lot of people can be great, man. People make me happy. Jose, that's so right. Sell the truck and buy assets like stocks and crypto. No, absolutely not, Patrick. No, 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 Patrick. You don't understand. No, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. I'm not investing anything. I'm not investing. I'm not buying crypto. I'm not buying stocks. None of that garbage. No, no, no. I'm selling everything I got. And I'm going to get my GED. Katie's getting her real estate license. We're investing in us. We're investing in ourselves. I'm going to move to a neighborhood that I can get a gym. I want to have a gym nearby so Katie can go to gym. I want to have a more comfortable apartment. I want to get into a more comfortable apartment so that we can focus on our family and not focus on, like where I live now is too ghetto. I have to deal with the people around me too much. No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Give me a second. Let me tie my shoe real quick, y'all. I'll be right back. Just 1 second. Don't go nowhere. We ain't going nowhere, y'all. I gotta tie my shoes. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to understand. I'm going to get us a nice apartment in a very nice, wealthy area with a lot of rules and regulations, like you can't make noise and your dog can't poop outside and blah, 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 blah. I want to be near a gym. I'm investing in us. Because the biggest I've realized that, real estate, stocks, all that stuff, you got to hire a broker to sell it. I'm just not really, how do I say this, y'all? I'm not really interested in, I'm looking to invest into us. Because I'm starting to see now, I want to live with an HOA. Rules and regulations. There's a benefit. You may not understand that. Wendy, for you. Yep. Hey, buddy. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
I'm going right behind that, and that's the only thing I know. But this was all done.
Yeah.
That's what the pile.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good night, man. I'm still working too. I'm live streaming. That's my job. So, you want to say hi to them?
No.
All right. Have a beautiful day, man.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. All right. No, I want to live in a HOA. I want to live in a HOA with a lot of rules. Because I'm sick of poor people and their lack of rules. Because when my neighbors are blasting music loud, I can't get sleep. I want a HOA. I've changed a lot in like the last month. I've changed a lot in how I think and what I want from life. I want to live in a HOA. You know what I mean? You can look, I'm going to be honest with you. Sophisticated people live in a society with rules, regulations, and requirements. Those are the people that are successful. The more comfortable you make your life, the more easy you make your life, the more crap you're going to have to deal with. The harder it's going to be for you to get ahead in life. Okay? You want to be successful. Successful people make their lives complicated. For example, being a doctor. A doctor's got to go to school for 4 years. You think a doctor's life is not complicated? You think owning a business, you think it's hard? You see this restaurant right here? You think it's hard to make money with a restaurant? You can make a lot of money with a restaurant. But you're gonna need to be a slave to that restaurant. You understand? Hold on, guys. Beautiful bike. All right. Look, let's say owning a restaurant. I can open a restaurant right now, and I can make a crap load of money with a restaurant. But I'm gonna have to be a slave to that restaurant. So do you know why people that have, like, let's say owning a business, all you gotta do is manage it or hire somebody to manage it. That's a huge headache. So to make money, to see the money start rolling, you don't exactly have to be the worker bee. You just have to be the queen bee, the administrator. You can administer your money. Now, when you go ahead and you give your money to a bank and you say, here, the bank's going to hold my $50,000 and they're going to give me 5% interest, that bank, you're the worker. You're not the worker bee. You're the worker bee. The bank is the administrative branch of that. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Once you have some type of net worth, you have to be able to administer that. Maybe a restaurant, a business. Money makes it easier to navigate the matrix. It sure does. But if you're looking for an easy, non-complicated solution to life, those easy, non-complicated solutions are easy for a reason. Because they suck. I've learned that the more you complicate your life, the harder you have to work, the more successful you're going to be because you're forcing yourself to produce more. Like if you just get comfortable and buy a house cash and maybe buy a rental unit and then now you live off of passive income, now you're comfortable, you're never going to do crap with yourself because you position yourself into an easy situation. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shift from easy mode to hard mode. 90% of the nice areas in Florida have HOAs. And if you want to be around people that can follow rules, I don't want to be around ghetto people blasting music in the middle of the night. I don't want to deal with people that are drunk, and I don't want to be around garbage. I'm sick and tired of alcoholics. I'm sick and tired of rap music in the middle of the night. I want to live around people that have decency, that turn off the music. I want to live in a place with an HOA where if you're an idiot, they kick you out. I want to live around civilized people. I want people in my neighborhood to look at me and say, he's the problem. I don't want to live in a neighborhood where I got to say, oh, man, look at the guy down the street, man. He's been doing this. I want to be the problem in my neighborhood. I want people in my neighborhood to look at me and say, oh, this guy shouldn't be here. I'm tired of having a drug dealer across the street. I'm tired of the guy next door being an alcoholic. Lexington, it also teaches you that it goes beyond that. I'm not going to get into that conversation because we don't get into those conversations here. You won't find what you want in the ghetto. Exactly. Sold it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I want to live around decent people. I don't want to have to worry if my neighbors are going to break into my house. I don't want to have to worry if the guy across the street what he does for a living. You know what? When I move into a HOA, they're going to do a background check. If you have a criminal record, you can't live next door to me. That's what I want in life. And you don't have to have neighbors parking their cars on their lawn. Exactly, man. Because the thing about stupid people is stupid people always end up in those situations. If you're poor, you always have somebody parking their car in your grass, and you got somebody playing music in the middle of the night, and your neighbor parks his car in the wrong place to piss you off, and I don't have time for that. I want to live in a gated community. If somebody parks their car in my spot, I call the security and they tow it away. I'm tired of being around ghetto people because ghetto people are going to hold you down. They're going to hold you down. Look, now you got to spend time worried about what they're doing. I don't want to get home and then have to deal with politics with my neighbors about what's going on. I'm sick and tired of that. And that goes for housing, it goes for business, it goes for everything. Look, you can either put yourself around successful people, and successful people are going to demand more from you. I've been around a lot of make your life easy. Oh, I don't have to work because my house is paid off. No, I don't want to have a house paid off. I want to have a freaking $3,000 a month mortgage payment that I got to figure out, because that's what's going to make me be more driven and more successful. I don't care about the fees. You know why? I learned this living in Naples. Rich people, they want their neighborhood to be expensive because they don't want broke people near them. I don't want poor. I want my neighborhood to be expensive. I want to have a we don't want poor. I want to have a we don't want poor people fee in my neighborhood. You know what that means? I don't want people that make. I want my neighborhood to be expensive because I don't want to deal with poor people and all their BS. Self-control and balance. But let me tell you, discipline. Back to what you were saying, Lexington. Discipline is a good quality you need to have. Being hardworking is a good quality you have. Giving society the best you can give is a quality you gotta have. So you gotta understand that if you make your life easy, you just pay off a house and they're self-employed. Now you don't have any discipline because you just made your life as easy and as simple as possible. But now your life, because you try to make it easy, will actually end up being more complicated. Look, I don't know about you, but there's rich people over here. And these houses back in here, they're $1 million houses. I don't think they have to call the police on their neighbors because they're playing loud music in the middle of the night. People that play loud music in the middle of the night, they don't live here by the beach. They live in the ghetto. Right or wrong? Wrong. You have to have discipline to be self-employed, bro. No, you don't. I was self-employed for many years. I had absolutely no discipline, no drive, no motivation. I just made my life as easy as possible. I was self-employed for many years, and my life was just live, pay, eat, go to sleep. I retired and got bored. Now I'm on YouTube. All right. People that live in nice communities with HOAs don't drive the ghetto truck you drive. They want to start changing that. Freddie K, the truck is gone. The rims are gone. I'm all that crap. I'm done with all that crap. I understand that to get where I need to get in life, I have to be more disciplined. I have to make more changes. I have to dress differently. I got to look differently. I got to present myself differently because I'm still doing ghetto, trashy stuff. And those types of behaviors are not going to lead me to be the successful person I need to be. You know? It depends what you do, man. It depends what you do. Paid off my house in '08. I have saved 6 figures. Work hard, bro. Don't pigeonhole. Okay, I'm glad you did that. But I'm sure to save that money, you had to have discipline, which is what I'm saying. Same here, bro. We have to become the person we want to be. Yeah. But what happens is, that wasn't a ghetto truck just because they had some aftermarket rims. All right, Eric. I became self-employed after I got out of the Marine Corps. Cool. Yeah. I'm not saying you can't be self-employed. I'm self-employed right now. In a sense. You know, if you think about it. But, like, I could say right now, well, I make so much money off YouTube. I can upload 1 video or 2 a week, and I can live in $1,000 efficiency, and I don't have to work. No, bro. Look what today's a Sunday. We're over an hour from home right now. When we leave here, we got an hour drive back. We were working all day making videos. You know, and it's a Sunday. You know? Get your personal capital app. It will change your life. What about your predictions on how long Florida will recover from the hurricane? It's going to depend on what areas. I think the rich areas, like the downtowns and the $1 million houses and up, they're going to be recovered in a few months. The poor people, in 4 or 5 years, they're still going to have a freaking tarp on their roof. Exactly what I'm saying right now. The key is challenging yourself and discipline. Save, work hard. Yeah, you have to challenge yourself. And I feel like I've been looking for comfort for too long. And like what pushed me not to be comfortable wasn't my own personal decisions. What pushed me to not be comfortable was life itself. Made me go out there and have to change what I was doing. So just understand that sometimes you have to be like life itself will make you realize that. But if I had just chosen it, the thing is like too many times we choose the easy route, and the easy route is no longer an option for me. Like you can either choose the easy route or you can whatever. You can just choose the easy route or you can work harder, and it's come down to me deciding, okay, I'm working harder. I'm gonna sit down here for a minute. Working harder. The decision to work harder. The decision to work harder or the circumstances in life. My circumstances in life changed, and now I realize that I have to work harder. Make sure you hit the like button if you're signing in. We're not even to 100 likes yet. Keep up the attitude and don't give up. Yeah. Yeah, Miami did fairly well. Miami had a little bit of wind, this and that, but nothing crazy. The easy way is to take the hard road. Yeah. Sometimes when you pick those easy options in life that don't require a lot of effort, you actually make your life so complicated. You actually spend more time dealing with the easy route. Generally, most people are lazy and get in debt over their head. Stay focused and stay monetarily balanced. Exactly. You're so right about that. You know, people do get way over their heads. And that's why I said discipline. You got to say, I don't need these fancy vehicles. I don't need, but, like the easy route isn't always the easy route. Don't keep up with the Joneses. And exactly, that's another problem that I've personally had. And I'm being real honest here when I say I have got to stop. But here's what really, I'll tell you what triggered me to realize this, is when I realized that 95% of my problems come from my material possessions. I don't want to have material possessions. I don't want to have cars. I don't want to have ATVs. I don't even want to have a piece of land. Like, I realized that the vast majority of my problems come from my material possessions. Like, I realized the more you own, your money is something you can pick up and grab and go anywhere with. You know? I've realized that the more physical possessions you have, they're like a rock tied to your foot holding you down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have vehicles because you have to have a place to park them. Instead of having a $40,000 truck, I would rather have $40,000 in the bank. Exactly. Don't be Lot's wife. Yeah, pretty much. Lot's wife. She just kept looking back at what she had, and that's a problem that I have had because I keep looking back at what I had and trying to duplicate what I had in the past, and my future is brighter than that. Like, I have things in my future that are way better than that, and I'm letting my past dictate my future. And in that aspect, I realize that I have got to make changes because too much of my past right now is dictating my future. Like, I in my mind has been trained to fear certain things, but those things that I feared in the past, those aren't my worries now. So I got to take on the worries of somebody more responsible and leave behind the worries of the person I used to be. Like, I have to stop thinking like the person I was and start thinking like the person I'm going to be in the future. And that will hold you back so much because sometimes you don't even accept your own potential. You hold yourself back because you keep telling yourself that you're not going to be the person you're going to be. Fear can get you killed. Exactly. Fear can get you killed. I have been afraid of being the person I need to be. And that has to change right about now, man. Like, that about has to change. I keep thinking like the person I was when I was poor. No, I don't need a truck because I'm not going to work. Like, I literally paid $40,000 for getting that truck. Like $30,000 for the truck, let's say, and for what? Why did I buy a truck? Because when I was poor, I needed a truck. I'm not poor anymore. I don't need a truck. I need a freaking Mercedes-Benz You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, or I need a Toyota that gets 40 miles to the gallon or something. Like, I keep thinking like the poor person I used to be, and I have to start thinking like not the person I was, but the person that I'm becoming. Why did I buy that truck? Because I thought I was gonna have to work hauling garbage. I should have had faith in my YouTube channel long, long ago. I shouldn't have bought that truck. My future wasn't hauling garbage anymore. When I moved back to Florida about a year ago, I bought a truck and a trailer because I was going to continue hauling garbage like I used to when I lived down here. But the future had something better in store for me. So instead of buying a truck and trailer and putting $50,000 in the wrong direction, I should have grabbed $50,000 and started traveling for my YouTube channel. You understand? It's about recognizing where you're going and not letting who you were or where you were determine where you're moving to next. And this is a huge barrier that I've had to break because so many of my decisions that I've made recently in the last year or two have been based around the person I used to be. Trying to relive what I was, but here all this time is something so much better in front of me that I'm not appreciating because I'm worried about what I was. I'm about to leave California and come to Venice just to get some ice cream. There seems to be a lot of ice cream here. It sounds like you're growing up. I need to grow up. Absolutely. You know, like, I feel like there's a lot of growing up to do for me. Like, too much. I miss the nights like this in Florida. Cool nights, they're the best. Well, it's not it's breezy. It's not perfectly cool yet. It's not perfectly cool yet. You guys keep hitting the like button. We still haven't hit 100 likes. Yeah, these cooler nights are amazing. Amazing, these cool, nice, relaxing nights out here. Yeah, it feels amazing out here. But, you know, I feel like another thing that's been a huge mistake for me. Yeah, over 100 people watching. That's incredible. This is a Salt Life store. Okay, so what are my goals? Interesting question. 79 Venice. It's not bad. And there's a breeze on top of that. Right now, my short-term goals are getting Katie and me into a nice apartment, getting Katie her real estate license, and me becoming unattached to material things. Because I keep wanting wheels and cars and ATVs, and I need to disconnect my brain from all of these. Like, I have I've become attached to monetary things, and they don't define who I am. Don't get me wrong, because there's a difference between those things. They don't define who I am. Don't get me missed, because that's two different things. Letting your material things define who you are, that's not where I'm at. I'm not at those things defining who I am as a person. That's not where I'm at. I'm at, I don't need these things, and I need to understand that I don't need those things to survive. That those things are not the important thing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so there's a line between it mean like some people, like right now, if I lost my truck, if I lost all these things that were material, I would understand that those things don't make me. But just because they don't make you doesn't mean that they're not something you should have. You get what I'm saying? Well, anyways, what are my goals right now? It's just that Katie and I got to get into a nice apartment. We got to sell a lot of the things we have that we don't need. True. Okay, let me get up out of here because these people are cleaning up this restaurant already. All right, guys. So it is kind of late. I know we have 100 people. Let's go for a drive. I'm gonna have Katie drive. If I lost my car, I would have to move to New York or Denver. Good traffic transportation. Where are you guys living these days? We're still in Fort Myers, and I've realized that I've really Fort Myers has been a bad thing for me because I've got carried away with trucks and ATVs, and I haven't really focused on us. You know, so we're gonna have to make some changes. Katie, you're driving. Katie's got to drive. Hey, you're driving, baby. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Fort Myers has been bad for me because I got too carried away with I don't even know how to describe it. Maybe the word is a ghetto lifestyle but you got to understand too, coming back from Alabama was difficult. You got to understand, coming back from Alabama was difficult. Like, coming back from Alabama kind of dug a hole in my head, you know? Maybe I needed to do all that. Sometimes I feel like I needed to do all that so I could grow up. How you doing, baby? Ready to get us home? You okay?
Yeah,
What's wrong?
I'm fine.
Are you sure? Okay. Yeah, I know you. I'm gonna turn off the volume for a second. You're good.
I'm good.
Alright. Okay, y'all. Let me hook up the phone to the charger. Sometimes I feel like coming back from Alabama, kind of dug a hole in my head. You know, like, oh, what happened with the stabilizer? Stabilizer tried to flip out on me. Oh, I know what's wrong with the stabilizer. The charger cord like trips it up. So like when I came back from Alabama, that kind of left damage, you could say. And that damage from Alabama, that psychological damage of Alabama, made me go get cars and trucks and ATVs and rims and stuff because like I came back traumatized from Alabama. And part of my traumatization in Alabama led to me needing to show people that I could do all these things. And what a huge mistake. Like, it's a huge mistake to try to prove to other people that you can do it. Like, your success doesn't have to be visible to other people. It's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, when I came back from Alabama, so many people were counting on my failure that I had to prove them wrong. You know, but then in the process of doing that, you hurt yourself. Like, your success is a personal thing. Nobody needs to know that. But I've been trying to make expressions of my success that other people can appreciate, and it's caused me a lot of harm. So now I've hit a level of maturity where I realize I don't need to make an expression of my success that other people can visually appreciate. My success doesn't matter to other people. First, they're not contributing it to it, but my success may not be something other people should even know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been trying to like show my success to people and prove them wrong. And I did prove them wrong in a big way, but that type of mentality, all it does is feed even more envy. It feeds more envy. It feeds. So like if you're thinking about buying a brand new truck because you like the new truck, I like the new truck too, but you're doing it because you want to prove to your neighbor across the street that you can buy a new truck too, or that cousin that's always, you know, felt like he's better than you, or that, you know, high school friend. Reem Bean says this live is inspirational and makes the first live super chat of the night. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. So like, I feel like I don't want to keep proving to people, because then I got to go buy new clothes. Then I got to buy a gold chain. I got to go buy a truck. And I can do all that. But now, everything that I do is no longer for my enjoyment. It's to prove to other people. It's to prove to other people that I can do it. You know? And now I'm not living for me and Katie's benefit. I'm living to prove to other people that I can have the success. And man, that mentality needs a huge adjustment. There needs to be a huge adjustment. That mentality doesn't function, bro. Because like in the last year, I've been trying to prove to people that I can be successful. People that don't care about me. People that the more I prove them wrong, the more they hate me. So now, like, I feel like instead of trying to prove to them that I can buy cars and that I can do extravagant crap, I want those people, if they see me, to think I'm doing bad.
You see some of these rappers, they go back, they make the money, then they go back to the
And they get killed.
Car.
And then they get killed. Exactly. Yep. Go back to your hood to show off your success, and then somebody whacks you. That's exactly where I'm heading right now. Just found your channel today, and this is exactly what I needed to hear. Keep it up. Thank you, September. I hope you become a regular. I really thank you so much. So, really, we're at the point now where I'm like, okay, so I bought cars and not one car. I bought the black truck, brand new, cash. I left the sticker on it so they can see it. Peter gives us $5 and says, I say get stuff that you need and what you like and not what other people like. Who cares what others think? Thank you so much. Yeah, like, I gotta stop living for other people's eyes, bro. Like, but I felt like I had to, when I moved back to Florida, I felt like I had to prove to people that I wasn't a failure.
The only person you need to worry about opinion is mine because I live with you.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that I'm upset. I'm just saying that's not the way I'm going to live from now on. Like, I don't care what people think because my happiness is relevant to me, not to how I'm perceived by other people. You know, like, I don't want to care about how other people perceive me, is what I'm saying. Because all this time I've been caught up with proving to a bunch of people that don't like me that I'm better than them. And that needs to stop. I can do it if I want to, but it's not what I need to do. It's not what I want to do. Like, I guess the word would be maturity, probably. I'm not even sure. But also realizing that at the end of the day, when you have a problem, people are gonna, like, it's almost like the more people envy you, the harder they make your life, the more the less you have, the less you appear to have, the less problems you're gonna have. Here's a quote from the Bible. The poor man does not even have to worry about being kidnapped because not even his own life can be used as ransom. That's a verse right there from the book. A poor man, not even his life can be used as ransom. In other words, if you're rich, even your own life can be used as ransom against you. But if you're poor, there's nothing to take. There's nothing to, not even poor people. You know, poor people don't really have to worry about anything. Tom, you're done. That's like the fourth person today. I'm not playing. If you can't behave on my live stream, you're done. I don't give a crap who you are, how long you've been on this channel. If you can't behave, you're done. I don't give a crap who you are. I'm not going to put up with it anymore. Sick and tired of these people. Come on here, watch all your videos. What the crap is the point of that? That's like the fourth person I've deleted today. There's going to be more. If you can't behave, don't be part of the conversation. You don't have to agree with me, but you do have to be respectful. City of Venice. Don't worry about it. It's not worth talking about.
Wait for you to.
So anyways, I gotta make changes. Like, I've seen a few things in me that I'm like, yo, that's not how I want to be. Because everything you said is so real. Your advice is helping out a lot of people. And like another piece of advice that I'm gonna give out. Look, if you're gonna buy a piece of land, people will envy everything you do. Like, if you're gonna buy a piece of land, if I buy a piece of land in the future, I'm gonna put it under somebody else's. I'm gonna get an LLC, and when I buy a piece of land, it's gonna be under an LLC. I don't even want people to know what properties I own. You know, one of the benefits of renting is that people don't envy where you live. If you're a homeowner,
You need to know where you
the
live.
more people envy you, like I've sat back for a minute, right? And I've said like 95% of the problems that I have had in the last for 5 or 6 years have come from people envying me. You heard me? You guys heard? And NFL, I'll get to you in a minute, bro. I'll reply to you in a minute, bro. Let me get this off my chest because we're here right now. You know what I'm saying? 95% of the problems that I've had in the last 5 years stem from people envying me. Workmates, neighbors, family members. Okay? You hear what I said? 95% of the problems that I've had in the last 5 years have stemmed from people envying the things that I have. So, you know what the solution is? Not letting people know what you have. So many of us, you know, we put our stuff on Instagram. Oh, you know, fly on the gram. Facebook, Instagram. Letting everybody know how you're living. No, don't do that, bro. You know, like the Instagram thing. Like, if you saw my Instagram, I got trips to New York and cars that I buy. No. In the future, when I buy property, I want it to be in an LLC. I don't want my name to be attached to the property. You know why? Because people envy properties that you own. When I go to cut my grass, when I buy a piece of land and I go to cut the grass and they ask me, is this your property, sir? I'm going to say, no, I'm just a landscaping guy. Larry owns this property. Larry's LLC. I'm telling you, I'm giving you some good game right now, people. People will envy your properties, your vehicles, everything. You can enjoy life. Me and Katie, we had a great time today. While working, we had a great time today, okay? We're enjoying life. But I'm not going to put it on Instagram tonight. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to put that on Instagram tonight. That's not going to hit Instagram tonight. So, NFL young boy, do I like Charlotte, North Carolina? It's an okay area, but I think it's too ghetto and too southern for me. I kind of like Florida more. It doesn't seem like a bad area. It's got some good parts. But I feel like there's still something in the vibe there that I don't like. It's not a bad place to be. It's a good area to be in general. But there's something about the vibe that just doesn't sit well with me. But economically, it's not a bad place to be. I'm tired of trying to make the world happy. I'm going to start working on my own happiness. That's what I really need. Exactly, Blue. You get what I'm saying? Totally agree. Especially with a YouTube channel growing. Best to be on the down low. Crazy mofos out there. Yeah. Exactly. And people will envy your YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, do people envy that? You know, what gave you the best vibes? Katie, what cities gave us the best vibes?
I liked Houston.
Houston?
San Antonio.
San Antonio?
Mm-hmm.
Miami?
Yeah. I love Miami.
Yeah.
There's nothing like Miami, and I've always liked Tampa.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Cities with good vibes. San Antonio, Houston. Fort Myers, actually, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Sarasota, Jupiter, West Palm Beach. Not West Palm Beach, but like, eh, those are cities with good vibes. Orlando, those are cities I like. I like new cities. Love San Antonio exactly. LLC is a wise move for the ultimate in privacy and asset protection. A Nevada irrevocable trust is the way to go, but it's pricey to manage. I haven't been to Miami yet. I'm on the outskirts of Orlando. Yeah. Some parts of Orlando are cool. Some are very boring. Like Leesburg is just boring as crap. We'll get them. Report. We're going to report you. Oh, no, we do not want this on our channel. We're going to report you. Oh, you're gone. I should have said affordable cities with good vibes. So you, and that's a weird thing to notice. Okay, we got him out of here. Thank you, Miguel, for being on top of your game, bro. Yeah, those are cities with good vibes. Sarasota, Miami, San Antonio, Houston. Those are cities that Nashville.
Yeah,
Nashville.
Has really good vibes.
Nashville's got a good upbeat vibe, for sure. Nashville.
If I was gonna move out of Florida, I'd probably move to Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville or the cities in Texas that I named.
Yeah, St. Pete. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Those cities just have a upbeat vibe. Like they have life to them, Like I like places that have life. Love Houston. Nashville's not bad, exactly. Nashville got expensive for me. Yo, Nashville is expensive. That's what I'm saying though. Good vibes come expensive. Like places with bad vibes are cheap, for the most part. Not always true, but like most of the really like bad vibe cities are cheap. Love some country music. Go Nashville. Oh my gosh, do I love Nashville. You miss Kentucky. I used to live in Kentucky. I lived in Louisville, but I don't miss it. I missed it at first, but now I've grown past that. Way past that. Yeah. Naples is a tough one for vibes, bro. Naples, once you live in Naples, it's hard. When you live in a place that has good vibes, Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. Hollywood. You get what you pay for in Florida. Exactly. Eric's on point. He knows. You get what you pay for, unfortunately. Fort Campbell. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. I lived in Louisville for a while. I used to miss it as a kid, but I can see why my parents got us out of there. Rent has always gone down. Housing prices projected up for a 34% correction. We'll see what happens. But I think in the future, like when I buy real estate, I'm gonna put it in an LLC.
Yeah.
I don't want people to know what I own, because people go after what you have, bro. Like people, let me tell you, envy is people. When people envy you, there's no limit to how far they'll go to hurt you. I want to have, if I have real estate in the future, I want to have it in an LLC under a fictitious name, Smoketown, Louisville. Well, my dad used to work in Kentucky Transfer Line, which you guys remember, if you know Smoketown, you know Kentucky Transfer Line used to be right across from all that. My dad used to work at Kentucky Transfer Line, which was right across the projects on the east end of Louisville. My ex is in Kentucky. He can keep his butt there. No, I went to Park Duval. I went to the Park Duval housing projects when they had the clinic there, like in the mid-90s. I know some places in Louisville, but like I said, one time I went to the Park Duval clinic to get my blood samples when it was in the Park Duval projects. You guys, if you're from Louisville, you know what I'm talking about. That was the ghettoest place on earth. I should sign a lease for apartment 1K a month, so we'll be like about $1,400. We're at Muhammad Ali's hometown. Well, go figure that my school was Whitney Young Elementary School, so on my way to school, I would pass Muhammad Ali's childhood home. they still in the Clarksdale projects. They still left the gloves, the mural, because they had a mural, not a mural, but like a monument for Muhammad Ali it was either in Clarksdale or Smoketown, one of the two projects, or was it Shepherd Square? I can't remember. One of the projects had a monument for Muhammad Ali, and I think San Antonio, Texas, though, is a city of vibes, man. Houston, San Antonio,
I want to go back to
Florida.
San
I think
Antonio
Florida
soon.
and Texas, southern Texas and southern Florida, bro. That's where the vibes are for real. And like we said earlier, you pay for those vibes. You really do.
I've always wanted to go to a steakhouse in Texas.
That's weird. We've never done that.
Yeah. There's one I want to go to.
Denver seemed a little interesting with the vibes. What do you think?
Yeah.
Like that south,
Definitely interesting.
like that Columbine area was really nice.
Yeah.
Wow, Reem thought it was expensive there. You are in the hood. Does Colorado have a nice vibe, or is it too boring? No, Colorado's vibe was pretty neat. I think Colorado was a neat vibe.
I really want to go explore Arizona. We saw a lot of the two major cities in New Mexico. I want to see Arizona.
They're talking about Colorado. I think Denver does have an interesting vibe. I think all the big cities have an interesting vibe.
Yeah.
Like I hear Colorado is awesome, but never been there. Yeah, you have to go to Colorado. Make sure you prepare for elevation sickness, though.
Yeah.
Like, start taking oxygen before you leave. They sell like these pills that you can take before you go for elevation. Denver is a no sometimes, but the mountains, yeah. So you have to understand, Denver is weird because like Denver sucks. Like the amount of homelessness there, it's crazy, all that. But the mountains are amazing, and when you start going up to like climbing up the mountains, well, if you ain't been to Colorado, you've not seen America. But make sure you prepare before you go to Colorado. New York City, talking about vibes. So robots bleed. It's sad, and it's not just Southwest Florida. It's everywhere, my man. It's everywhere. And even the people in Denver, like they're super liberal. Like when you go to those super liberal areas like Denver, Colorado, where like they're not supposed to be racist, they're still super judgmental in other ways. So no, it's the same. Ken, I don't think he's being ridiculous. Maybe you don't live it, so you don't understand it. But I know what he's talking about. I know exactly what he's talking about. Maybe just because you don't experience that, you're indifferent to it. But people actually do deal with that on a day-to-day life. You don't understand it, so it's a nasty topic. But I will say that, like, when you get into the super liberal areas, like Denver, Colorado, when you travel there, you'll realize that the people are super liberal. So they're not racist, but they're super judgmental about a bunch of other crap. So I feel like on both ends of that spectrum, you have the same problem. It just manifests itself in different directions. But it's the same basic idea of just treating other people badly based on different beliefs. So it's all the same everywhere you go. But I did realize that when I went to Colorado, when I look at the comments from Colorado, like, they don't like me at all. Like, they think I'm racist. They think I'm bigoted and all that crap. Like, if you see my videos out of Colorado, the comments, they are super, it's interesting. Like, when I look at the comments on my Colorado videos about what they thought about me, it was very eye-opening to see how they think I'm racist, how they think I'm a bigot, simply because I'll talk about subjects that they won't talk about. Like, so you have to understand, like, when you go to Colorado, their mindset of what's right and wrong is very different than yours. And those were some of the things that I thought Columbus had good vibes. Columbus, Ohio?
It did.
It did. I think Columbus, Ohio had great vibes. And I could feel the vibes in Raleigh, North Carolina as well. If Colorado feels that way about you, California will think the same, Jose.
I really want to go back to Raleigh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this: when you read the comments on my Colorado videos, they think I'm racist. They think I'm insensitive. They think I'm a bigot. They think I'm a Southern racist person. And it's interesting that they would think that about me, because I hate those things. But that's what they perceive me as. So could you imagine if you took somebody from Alabama or Louisiana to Denver, what they would think about that person? So it was very interesting to go to Colorado and not only talk to the people, but also see how they perceived me was interesting. Yeah, Colorado is very... When you get to Colorado, the mindset of people changes dramatically. I mean, their views of homelessness are different. Their views of... and now, not everybody in Colorado feels that way. Some people in Colorado hate that. Because I met people in Colorado like, yo, I hate this crap, but it's where I'm from. Kind of like the same thing happens to people that are from Miami. They're like, I hate the crap that people do here, but it's where I'm from. But I don't know what people are like in California, but I'm going to tell you, Colorado, they thought I was something else. Hate breeds hate. So people that are abused become the abuser. But that's a nasty topic regardless, my man. The Jose, if you visit Cali, you're probably going to be called a racist. Yeah, because the thing about us, like let's say, I have friends that are from all nationalities and all backgrounds. So I feel comfortable. Like, I have black friends, and I'll say the N-word around them, and I want them to know that I can do that comfortably. My black friends, if you're my black friend, I'll say the N-word around you, not in an offensive way, but in a context sense, because I don't want you to feel that if you're black and you're my friend, you have to understand that you cannot look at me different than your black friends. Like, I'll have black friends, but I have to be like one of them to them. I can't be different than your other, like a lot of times, like let's say, like, and that can happen with anybody, but like, I have redneck friends. My redneck friends have to be with me the same way they are with their other redneck friends. You can't put up a wall that makes you different than other people. Everybody's the same. And that is something that some people don't understand. And you have to understand what's acceptable in one place is not acceptable in the other.